it's been a minute, but I'm back. And today's word that I want to share with you all is about keeping it OG real with God and to share your heart with God. I don't really want to be crying right now, but you know, the Lord has me in a place where I'm vulnerable and where I have only Him to share my thoughts with. You know, He knows everything that I feel. He knows my heart and He knows what I'm going through. So it's just about giving Him our heart and surrendering to Him, you know, everything that's going on within us. That He wants to walk out whatever this is, this journey. He wants to walk it out with us, hand in hand, that we're not alone. So it's about sharing your heart with God. That's the topic of today's message. And I want to share with you all, speak about devotional. It's no more hide and seek. It's on my glitter Bible here. So it says, no more hide and seek. Sometimes, you know, you just gotta breathe. Just take a deep breath and just, you know, be in the Lord's presence. Even if you're not playing any music or like watching TV, just, you know, giving it to the Lord and just being in His presence. So I want to start off with the devotional. So it says, no more hide and seek. God can see you wherever you go. He knows what you say and do when you think you are alone, and He knows exactly what you are thinking. There is nothing you can hide from Him. There is nowhere you can run from Him. Share your heart with God. Do not try to keep any secrets from Him, because He is the master key that unlocks all secrets. Trust Him with every detail of your life, and when He tells you to do something, do it to the best of your abilities, because God knows and He will reward you for everything you do to His glory. That's powerful. He knows what we're going to say and what we're going to think, you know. And when we think that we're alone, like, He knows exactly what we're thinking. There's nothing that we can do to hide from Him, and there's nowhere we can run from Him. Like, He's everywhere. He doesn't want us to keep any secrets from Him, because He's the master key that unlocks all the secrets. So just imagine, like, there's one key that unlocks each and every door. He's that master key that unlocks each and every door. You know, I came from a hotel, so I know all about my master keys, where, you know, they can unlock each and every door. Well, the Lord is the one true master key that can unlock every single door. Every single door to our heart, and He wants us to trust Him with every detail of our life. And when He tells us to do something, do it to the best of your abilities, because God knows and He will reward you for everything you do to His glory. Amen. So that's the devotional that I wanted to read. You know, I did want to carry on from, you know, what I was talking about before. The topic I wanted to talk about was Jireh, but I feel that, you know, just to keep it real with everyone, you know, exactly what I'm feeling. And, you know, sometimes we just need to be in that moment, and we just need to just, you know, stop, be in that moment, give it to the Lord. Because what we're going through is a big deal, and, you know, the Lord would rather, you know, we focus on the deep issues that we're going through, and share our heart with Him, pour it out to Him, no matter where we are, no matter what circumstance we find ourselves in the troubles of life that we find ourselves in. You know, He wants to be the one to be there for us, to help us out, because He's the only one that can do that for us. So I want to read from Jonah's prayer, So it's Jonah's prayer from the belly of the fish. So Jonah prayed from the belly of the fish, and I want to read that one because I think that's important. So I need to read slow. I need to take it all in. I'm that type of person where sometimes I read something and then I have to read it over and over again, just for it to really like sink into my brain, sink into my heart. But the Lord is trying to speak to me. And I know that not only, you know, the Lord tries to speak to me in, you know, in some real deep dark places I may be in, but you as well. It's not always going to be rainbows and unicorns, you know. We're going to have moments where we find ourselves inside a huge giant fish. Now, who likes fish? I love fish. I was the type of girl that used to go to primary and eat tuna sandwiches, and I loved it. Yeah, I did. So anyway, I want to read Jonah's prayer. Then Jonah prayed to the Lord his God from the belly of the fish, saying, I called out to the Lord out of my distress, and he answered me. Out of the belly of Sheol I cried, and you heard my voice. For you cast me into the deep, into the heart of the seas, and the flood surrounded me. All your waves and your billows passed over me. So basically, you know, Jonah, he was distressed, he was real distressed, and he called out to the Lord, 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 you know. He called out to him, and God answered him. Out of his distress, he was very stressed. Out of a belly of a fish, out of a whale, the Lord heard Jonah. He heard Jonah's cry. God cast him into the deep, into the heart of the seas. So not only was he in deep waters, but he was in the very heart, in the very center of those seas, in the very heartbeat of those seas. And the flood surrounded him. All the waves and billows passed over Jonah. So he was practically like submerged, almost submerged to that point. Then I said, I am driven away from your sight, yet I shall again look upon your holy temple. So when Jonah was going through the distress times and what he was going through, he felt like he was driven away from God's sight. He felt like God couldn't see him. He felt like he was so far gone. He was in the middle of the ocean, in the heart of the ocean, in the heartbeat of the ocean, and he felt as though, like, you know, the Lord was so far away from him that Jonah was out of his sight. That's how Jonah felt in that very moment. You know, he felt alone, and that's how he felt. He felt overwhelmed, he felt distressed, he felt the Lord wasn't there, the Lord couldn't see, that the Lord couldn't save him. But then it says, yet I shall again look upon your holy temple. The waters closed in over me to take my life. The deep surrounded me. Weeds were wrapped around my head at the roots of the mountains. I went down to the land whose bars closed upon me forever. Yet, I'll read that bit later. So, the waters closed in over him to take his life. So, the waters covered him by this point to take his life. He felt as though his life would be taken from him by that point. You know, when you're drowning in the sea and the waters have covered you, you know, you feel like you're gonna die. That is how he felt. And the weeds, they were wrapped around his head. They were wrapped around his head from the very roots of the mountains. So from the very bottom of his head. And he went down to the land whose bars closed upon him forever. Yet you brought up my life from the pit, O Lord my God. When my life was fainting away, I remembered the Lord, and my prayer came to you, into your holy temple. So when his life was fainting away, it was fading away before him. He felt as though his life was fainting away before him, and in that moment he was thinking of death. But when that happened, he remembered the Lord, and his prayer came to him into his holy temple. So when he was going through that, he remembered God, and his prayer reached God. His prayer reached the heartbeat of God. It reached the depths of the Lord, you know. It reached him, and nothing can stop the Lord when the Lord wants to save you. He wants to save you. He's our SOS. He is our emergency man. Like, he's our rescuer. He's our knight in shining armor. And those who pay regard to vain idols forsake their hope of steadfast love. But I, with the voice of thanksgiving, will sacrifice to you. What I have vowed, I will pay. Salvation belongs to the Lord. And the Lord spoke to the fish. I will leave that bit after. But, you know, people that pay their visits and give their regards, you know, speaking to vain idols that are just made out of wood and ceramics. You can smash them, you can burn them, you can do whatever you want to them, because they're vain idols. They're just idols, they're man-made. They're not the living God. No offense, they're not. When they do that, you know, they forsake their hope of steadfast love. But I, with the voice of thanksgiving, will sacrifice to you. What I have vowed, I will pay. There's such beauty in sacrificing to the Lord. Such beauty. You know, we feel like we've been sacrificing all these years, you know, that things seem the same, like it hasn't changed. If not, it's gotten worse over the years. That may be true for some of you. You know, things have happened in my life where it seemed like it's stayed stagnant, and it's either it's gotten worse or, you know, it's gotten a bit better, but yeah, it's gotten a bit worse. You know, regarding with my health, my eyes, you know, when you're trying to do good things and you're trying to take care of yourself to the best you can, and then things start to happen with your eyes. So, you know, your central vision, your central part of your eye starts to deteriorate, and it starts to make things seem real blurry for you, and you've been doing good things, you know, helping your health and everything, because I have diabetes. Well, I've been prayed over for that, but, you know, continue on with the story. And, you know, just trying to like live a healthy lifestyle, a lifestyle that's different than what I would normally live. You know, starting to put on a little bit of exercise here and there, and, you know, swapping certain foods and things for healthier options, and trying to like have smaller portion sizes. So, you know, it's been a battle for me. I've been trying to do that, and in doing that, you know, my eyes have inflamed, and I've had injections on my eyes. Yeah. And, you know, the Lord knows that I have desires in my heart of what I'd love to see come to pass, you know. There was a moment in my life where I felt like, okay, well, I'll be content with whatever, like, it's probably never gonna happen for me, God, so like might as well just, you know, be content with what I have. You know, I'm blessed anyway. Probably not gonna happen for me. And then, you know, I was prophesied to by my friend, and he said to me that the Lord hasn't forgotten about your heart's desires. In other words, he was saying that, and like he remembers your desires, he remembers your prayers. You know, the Lord has not forgotten you. And even though you can't see, like, you can't see what you're going through, you feel there's no way out, you feel stuck, but the Lord like wants to help you. No matter where you are, if you are inside the belly of a fish, the Lord will hear you. And the Lord will speak to the fish. This is the ending. The Lord spoke to the fish. He spoke to it. He just spoke. And it vomited Jonah out upon the dry land. So Jonah was saved, and he was rescued by the Lord. You know? He was vomited out upon dry land. God got him from the depths of the ocean, you know, carried him through to dry land. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. I feel all over the place. Things are not scripted, like, you know, everything's everywhere. Like, I have notes and things. It's things I want to share, and I don't want to forget anything. It's the beauty of it. But yeah, so like there are moments in my life where I feel like I'm stuck. I'm stuck inside a whale, inside a fish. And sometimes, you know, I pray to the Lord, and I don't see things changing. I see it staying the same, if not getting worse. And it's like a test of my faith, you know. But God speaks to me, like he gets silent at times, you know, when we're in our tests and trials, but he speaks to us. And like, I know like that the Lord hasn't forgotten me. He hasn't forgotten, you know, my prayers, that my desires. Like he doesn't want me to forget them, for a reason. You know, the Lord doesn't want me to forget my desires, and in his time he'll make it happen. So that was real, like, that was bomb reading that. So no more playing hide and seek with the Lord. You know, it's not time to go play chasies and run around and try and find a spot to hide and be like, Lord, count to 10. And then he's like, 7, 8, 9, 10, ready or not, here I come. No, God doesn't want us to play hide and seek with him. He wants us to surrender. He wants us to just give it to him. I say that often, like, you know, he wants us to give it to him. And no matter, like, you know, if you've been feeling in despair, because lately I've been feeling in despair. I've been feeling saddened about things, you know, things that feel like they're not changing, getting worse, missing my grandma. It's all just like crumbling one on top of the other, and hearing things that people say so-called, you know, for the betterment of me, but they don't know me. They don't know what I'm going through, like, as to why I may act a certain way or do things, you know, a certain way. So yeah, just I wrote it down here in my notes. Speak to God as you would your best friend. As you would journal or record things, tell him what's on your mind. Give him your cares, what you care about, your worries, your heart's desires. Share when times are good, but also share when times are difficult. He knows all things, but he wants to hear from you. Wow. Keep it OG real with God. That's the title. Yeah. And just know and believe, you know, that the Lord will help us out. We will get through to the other side onto dry land, you know. He will carry us through. Yeah, there's things I want to share. There's things I want to share with you all. They're pending at the moment, but I've come back. I'm not going anywhere. I'm sticking with you all. Just give it to the Lord. Share your heart with him. Powerful. Be in expectancy of what the Lord wants to do in your life, what he chooses to do, when he chooses to do it, and just to know that it could be for your testimony, like, you know, to share that, you know, apparently like this tried to stop you, or like this tried to kill you, but it didn't. Because why? Because God got you. The Lord's got you. He's got us. And like, yeah, I've been feeling like a shift. Like I've been feeling like, you know, change is gonna happen, even though like in the physical eye, like I can't see that it's happening, but I feel like it's happening, you know. And then there's times where you feel like you feel so unworthy of receiving from the Lord. You feel like you don't deserve what he wants to give to you, that you're unqualified. Choose someone else, Lord. Like, don't choose me. Like, yeah. So sometimes you feel like that, but the Lord wants to choose you. He loves you. Like, you are the right person, and he's gonna grow you. And you know, he's just trying to perfect everything. The Lord is he's a perfectionist. He's the perfecter, not us. So yeah. And you know, the devil's always gonna want to discourage us and tear us down, especially when we're very close to our blessing. Like, he trembles. Like, he's so scared. He's a little scaredy cat. He should go play hide and seek. God will find him easily. He's not God. And whatever, like, why should we listen to what he says about us? He doesn't know us intimately. He doesn't know us. He doesn't know us like God knows us. Like, he only knows by what we feed him. Like, if we don't feed the devil, don't, you know, give the devil information, he don't know inside our minds. He don't know what we're thinking. So just surrender to the Lord, eh? Give it to him and be your authentic self. Be real. Be true to who you are. You know, sometimes if you need to take a break from social media, you need to just fly off the face of the earth, do it. But don't hide from the Lord. Don't hide deep inside, trying to hide and cover up. Because that was said to me, like, by my prophet friend. You know, that you try to hide and cover up things that God can already see, but like you just try to cover up and hide anyway. Give it to him. Give it to the Lord. He wants to take it from you because he loves you. And he hasn't forgotten about you. He hasn't forgotten about your desires. So I had to clear some of the space off my phone, but sometimes you just gotta take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And I feel lighter sharing what I shared with you all. I feel like I needed to get it off my chest, and the Lord heard from me last night. You know, I poured out to the Lord my tears, gave it to him, and yeah, sometimes, you know, you feel like you're not worthy, but God calls you worthy, and he calls you deserving, and there's no one he would rather choose than you. And yeah, just be in expectation of the Lord, and give it all to him, and keep it OG real with him. And yeah, you may look around and see everybody like with things that you desire, but no, just know that in your heart that too can be you as well. Yeah. And don't lose hope, don't lose heart. And yeah, you know, we have moments where we may cry and we get over it, and you'll feel better after crying, after pouring out your heart to the Lord. And yeah, just give it to him. He's our Lord and he's our Father, and he loves us. So may you all be blessed, be encouraged, pray for one another. We're in this together. We're not in this alone. The Lord got us. He'll guide us. He'll be with us. And he knows what he's doing. He knows the path that he has us on. And when you follow after the Lord, he's going to lead you into a beautiful, beautiful destination. So that's our Lord, eh? Love you all.